Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Yenna and you're watching Complete Quality Review. So today, as you can see, we are going to be doing first impressions and a review on the DJI AIR 2S. This is my very first DJI drones. I'm no pro or anything, but I've been flying drones for about 3 or 4 years now. And my main drone was Autel EVO and the Parrot Anafi, and then like the semi-pro drones, you know, like Hubson's, Femies, you know, the pro budget ones, you know, stuff like that. So I wanted a Mavic 2 Pro when it first came out, but the no-fly zones versus the price threw me off because I felt like I didn't want to spend all that money and then not be able to fly at most places. So I ended up going with the Autel EVO. Loved it. Very refined drone. A lot of us know that. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, you're watching this video for the first time, it's called the Autel EVO. It's the orange and black drone. I do have it on my channel back when I purchased it. For those of you who do know, you know that it's an amazing drone, and so is the second one. But this time around, I didn't want to like spend an extreme amount of money, and I still wanted features. Just like when I got the EVO over the Mavic 2 Pro, the EVO didn't have the no-fly restrictions. The EVO had still an amazing camera. Even though it didn't have the 1-inch sensor, it still looked amazing, and to me, I preferred it over the Mavic 2 Pro, right? This time around, I went with DJI. They don't have the strict restrictions of the no-fly zones. You can remove them if you want to, and you take responsibility, you know, for the way you're flying. And I make sure I'm always flying responsible, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I just want to have the freedom. I think we all do. This drone is very refined. This drone is very refined, and it is very amazing. And we're going to go over the specs. We're going to go over everything, but this is really just a first impressions video. Do know that there is going to be more coming on this drone because I love this drone. I've flown it. I've taken pictures, edited a few of them, got to know the drone a little bit. I love it. I love the way the controller feels. I love the grips on the back. I love the sticks, how precise you can be with them. I mean, you push these sticks in just a little bit and the drone responds. When you are turning and you're adjusting the gimbal at the same time, I mean, you really can get this drone to move exactly the way you want it to. I'm not sure if I had that level of refinement before in previous drones. I don't know. To those of you who already have experience with DJI drones, I'm not new to DJI drones. I am educated on them. I know that they're an amazing product, but I've never owned one. I know that they're precise. I know people have said that they're very refined. I know people always say out of the box, their software and everything is always good. They don't have any bugs or anything when they first release a product. And you know, that's what led me to them. But this drone just blew my mind. This drone blew my mind. I've car tracked with it. I've tracked, you know, my daughter just to play around with it. You know, I've done a lot with it in a short period of time I had it. I think I've had it for like 2 weeks. So I've been flying it when I can, and I just absolutely love it. So we're gonna go over the specs. I wanna go over the specs for anyone watching this video who is not familiar with this drone or DJI drones or drones at all. I want you to be familiar with the specs on this drone.
Equipped with a 1-inch sensor, the DJI AIR 2S is capable of 5.4K at 30 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second video. Capture any moment you want with the rich clarity and authentic color tones it deserves. We got 4-way obstacle sensing, and we have ADS-B, which is able to avoid airplanes and sense them nearby. It goes for helicopters too. So as for the controller, it is using O3 transmission. DJI AIR 2S features DJI's most advanced OcuSync 3.0 image transmission technology, delivering an ultra smooth, clear, and reliable image field. Getting back to that ADS-B in depth, the DJI Air 2S provides an added layer of airspace safety with the industry-leading AirSense safety system. This receives automatic dependent surveillance broadcasts, hence ADS-B, flight location information from airplanes and helicopters in your area that transmit ADS-B signals, displays those aircraft on a map, and provides audio and visual alerts through the DJI Fly app to help you keep the drone out of the way of those aircraft. Going over the battery right quick, it's a 3500 milliamp hour battery, and it's rated at 30 to 31 minutes, giving there is no wind. With wind and real conditions, you'll probably be more in that 21 to 24 range, especially when you first get the drone and the drone battery isn't cycled. It will give you lower battery times in the beginning. It is a 3S LiPo battery. As for the battery and the controller, when it's fully charged, it'll last up to 6 hours. And then the controller is also able to charge your phone at the same time. So if you are charging your phone and the controller is fully charged, that will give you 4 hours of the controller. But that's a pretty good battery life considering that. Unless if you got a lot of batteries, you probably won't be flying for 4 hours. And the supported mobile devices is Lightning, micro USB, and USB-C. So no matter which phone you got, you are covered, and those wires come with the drone. So the intelligent HDR technology on the DJI Air 2S merges multiple shots automatically, increasing the dynamic range of images without the need for post-processing. That means more nuanced details in both the highlights and shadows for richer images with greater depth. You can also shoot in RAW format photos with a dynamic range of up to 12.6 stops to capture more visual information in every scene, even when lighting conditions are bad or complex. This provides more flexibility in post-processing, giving creators more possibilities to get the look they want. With 1 billion colors captured by the 10-bit D-Log-M color profile of the DJI Air S2, lets you fully immerse yourself in all the hues of your environment. So I'll be showing more of this in my demonstration of using Master Shots, but just to go over it a little more, introducing Master Shots, the next evolution of Quick Shots. Master Shots is an advanced intelligent feature that gives users the best shots in any location with just a tap. Simply select your subject and the drone will film while executing 10 different maneuvers in sequence, keeping your subject center frame and generating a short cinematic video afterwards. This feature is super cool and I've used it myself, and it also has hyperlapse, so you can use hyperlapse and it's not something where you got to go to another app and stitch it together. So the Master Shots is one of my favorite features. It's so cool. I'll definitely be demonstrating that. As for the Focus Track features Spotlight 2.0 and Active Track 4.0 and Point of Interest 3.0, making it a breeze for the DJI Air 2S to follow or circle your subject.
Okay, now to go over what comes in a box right quick. So obviously we have our aircraft, the DJI Air 2S. We have our front obstacle avoidance sensors on the front. And we have these ones at the top that are also obstacle avoidance, but they kind of go upward. So the front ones is looking this way, so the drone can see anything this way. And these ones diagonal are kind of for up. So if you're going forward or as you're ascending, or if there's a strong wind, or you pitch the drone forward and it kind of lean forward like this, as you see, those front obstacle avoidance are kind of looking down at maybe anything down here, and then now you have these ones at the top still looking up. So you kind of have those two angles of obstacle avoidance. It does not have side obstacle avoidance, so when you're flying, be careful. If you're buying this drone for the first time, I want to stress even if you think you're professional, if this is your first drone, when you are doing your automatic fly modes, please be careful. Do it in an open area. Make sure your settings are dialed in before you track your motorcycle, your bike, or anything, because the height of the hill could change or whatever terrain you're on, and next thing you know, this may clip something if it's from the side. So just be careful, because even after all this time of flying and using automatic fly modes, I still messed up. So I just want to stress, be careful. And yeah, just be careful. And make sure you calibrate your drone. When you are flying a more expensive drone like this, you don't have to worry about calibrating it like you do the other ones. Just calibrate your drone, get a look at your surroundings, have your height set, have your return to home set. Make sure your return to home is set to come back higher than everything so you don't clip anything on the way back. Just be careful. And this auxiliary light, as I'll show in a clip right now, I was returning and it was really cloudy and I couldn't see the drone, and by default it's set to hit the left FN button at the top left of the controller. If you just tap it once, your auxiliary light comes on. I clicked that and I could clearly see the drone coming through the clouds. That one auxiliary light is very bright, and it may be small, but it is one of the things that I like the most about this drone. Not like the most, but it's one of my features that I really like. Like, I like that auxiliary light. Yes, but we have our positioning sensors and stuff like that, so as it's descending, the drone can see where it's going as it's descending as well. As I stated when I went over the specs, we do have foldable props. What foldable props means is, you see how these fold like this? They're out and then they can fold. They can collapse and they can fold out. It makes them easy to storage. The quick release means when normally a lot of drones have a screwdriver and you have to screw them out and take them out. With this, you hold your motor, you hold the motor right there so it doesn't move, and you just press down and turn. And they come off just like that, and then they fold, making them easy for storage. Most drones are this way, but there are some drones that are not like that. The prop stays like this. It stays out and you cannot fold it. And then some of them, they are screws here and you have to unscrew them with a screwdriver. But like this, the EVO, stuff like that, they're quick release. You hold that motor, you put them back in. Something I want to go over with the props right quick, okay? So I'm going to take this off again. If you look here, we have a prop and it has an orange circle in the middle right there, okay? And then if we remove this one, you will see that it is just all black. So let me bring up the other one and compare. At the very center, you see the center of this one's black and the center of this one is orange, okay? What that is it shows you which side to put them on. So since they're quick release, I'll remove them all right quick. Just hold that motor and press down and turn and come off just like that. Okay. So if you look at the drone itself, you'll see that this is orange on the drone. And then down here at the bottom, that one's orange.
Okay, so we got the black and the black. We're gonna put this on. You're gonna hold this stator down. Clip it in and twist and it'll lock into place. Just like that. Check and make sure it's on tight. Now we're going to put the orange with the orange. Same thing. Hold the stator. Clip it in and lock it into place and make sure they're in there tight. And then the same thing. Black with the black. Hold down that stator so it doesn't twist. Make sure they're locked in. And last but not least, orange with an orange, so it's an X pattern.
So I just wanted to go over that because when you're setting it up and you take this out of the box, they will come with the props off. Here on the side, we've got a little side rubber door. On, if you're holding the drone straight, on your left side, we have a USB-C. That USB-C is to hook up to your PC and you can pull the files off of your drone that way. If we close this rubber door and we come on the right side, okay, or your left, there is another door, and that is where your SD card goes. The feet go that way. When you fold it, it tucks underneath. You push down, and they rotate. Most drones, the legs still fold in. You push them in. Like the front arms do that. The front arms fold in. But typically on drones, the front arms fold out, and then the back ones fold out. But with these, they rotate out like that. Just a little thing. So if you buy this drone and you're new to drones, or you never had a DJI drone, you're not yanking at it that way. You know that you push down and they rotate out. Okay, we have our gimbal cover here on the front. There's our 1-inch CMOS sensor. Okay, on the regular DJI Air 2, we didn't have the 1-inch sensor. On the Air 2S, we have the 1-inch CMOS sensor. There's our 3-axis gimbal. It comes with 2 spare propellers, just how I told you some are black and some are orange. Well, they only give you 1B and 1A. It comes with the cables already, so it doesn't matter what phone you have, they have you covered with the cables. This right here also holds the phone, but it's also your antennas, your your dual band antennas, and there's 4 inside, and it also extends for you to put your phone in. Tablets won't fit, but large phones will. Underneath there is your cord. You pull this out, and that is your cord. When you're connecting your app, you plug this into the phone, and the other end is in here. And once you download the app and you're all set up, when you plug this into your phone, it's automatically going to go to the app, run the app, and already do everything for you. So you don't have to like connect the Wi-Fi or do anything like that. So this one inside of here, since I use Note devices, this is USB-C to USB-C. So no matter what phone you got, you are covered. Okay, we have our buttons on a controller. Our gimbal control is here. That controls your gimbal. We have our take a photo and record a video button here. Okay, and these are just rubber stoppers to fit the phone in perfectly. Another little refinement thing that I like about this is when you put the phone in, you don't have to worry about it pushing the buttons. It has these little teeth here and these little things here that perfectly fit the phone in. And most drones that I own, when I put my phone in there, you have to be careful because it's going to push your side buttons. Doesn't happen with this one. Small, but very cool. We have our speed settings in the middle. We have cinematic mode, normal mode, and sport mode. And remember, I went over the speeds on those. We have our return to home right here. And this is our power button. When turning it on, you double tap and hold, and it'll fill up and come on. Same thing when you're turning it off, and it'll go down. These sticks here remove. Very cool for storage. So you can unscrew these off, and right there, you can store them. So you can put that inside there, screw this one off like this, and put that inside there. And they go right there at the bottom. It's pretty cool so that your sticks are flat when you're storing it. You don't have to worry about breaking your sticks or anything like that. It's going to go in there nice and flat. I love the design of the remote. It feels amazing. I love the rubber grips on the back. I love the height of the controller. It may seem weird, but this was like one of my favorite things. When I was looking at this drone, I was like, I cannot wait to get my hands on that controller. I want to feel that controller. And it was worth it. We have our power cord here. You know, pretty standard normal power cable. You know, plug it in here, plug it into the wall. And we have our manual that comes with it. Doesn't hurt to watch reviews and read it. Not everybody goes over maybe everything, but you may learn something. Speaking of manual, a cool thing about this drone that I like is I leave it on, especially, you know, it doesn't hurt. It has like tips and tricks on it built into it. So when you're flying a drone, you'll get like little tips. So like while it's doing updates, it'll give you little tips. And to be honest, for me flying this drone and being new to DJI drones, it helped me out a lot to see some of the tips. And I'm like, oh, you can do that. Oh, you can do that. Oh, cool, it does this. Or while you're in like your quick shots mode, it'll give you hints about quick shots, like you can do this and this and this. If you do this, you can do that. And I think that's cool. I left mine on, so it's kind of like a little built-in manual / little tips things as you're using a drone and going through the settings and stuff. You got those little tips. So I think that that's pretty cool. And this is the box. Okay, that's the box that it came in. And yeah, so that is basically it for my first impressions and what comes in a box. There will be more to come on this drone, and I cannot wait to record. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you are new to drones or just looking at drone videos, or you're not sure if you want to buy this drone, just know that it is okay to buy a drone like this. It doesn't hurt to get a warranty. And yeah, you can buy a drone like this and enjoy yourself, because it actually has a lot of protections built in for it that will make you better off than losing or breaking cheap drones and then adding up over time of buying a bunch of cheap drones. So yeah, I cannot wait to do more videos on this, and I will see you guys in the next one. And I want to say I genuinely appreciate you watching this, especially if you watched it all the way through. I appreciate the love and support, and feel free to comment. Tell me what you think of the video. Tell me what you think of the drone. Any questions you have, I may or may not be able to answer. You know, let's get a conversation started. And yes, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I am very active, and I will be putting out more videos. And I also have the DJI Mini 2 coming in. That's one that has been out, but I really want to do a review of my angle, because that's a really good drone for beginners and even people who aren't beginners. And I have the Hubsan Xeno Mini Pro coming in too. So stay tuned for those, because I'm going to be going in depth on those. And I do have both of those drones already ordered, just waiting for them to come in. And I'm also going to be working on new videos on this. And I'm going to have even more budget drones coming in for the people who are watching this. And you know, you're not quite wanting to pull the trigger on something like this, I got you covered. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.